Hi Year 6, this is Tuesday's maths lesson. We are on Tuesday the 12th of January and we're still thinking about fractions rules. Normally in school we'd spend quite a long time on this because you really need to understand it well. So we're going to have another think about it. Here's the fraction rule to remind you, and we've got lovely Mrs Stubbs over here ready with her beautiful fractions rule that she finished from yesterday. Hopefully yours looks something like this. So hopefully you discovered that 2 halves is the same as 1 whole, 3/3 is the same as 1 whole, 4/4 is the same as a whole, 6/6 is the same as a whole, and 12/12 is the same as a whole. So that was when we had 12 as the whole. We were then thinking, actually, you need to realise that the whole could be a different number. So here's what Mrs Stubbs has been doing.
Yeah, here are some that I've prepared earlier. Now, for this fractions rule, I decided I'd choose the brown Cuisenaire rod to be my 1 whole. I'll write that in there, that's worth 1. So when this is 1, you can now see that this colour is half. And the red Cuisenaire rods are now a 1/4. So when this is 1, this is a 1/4. And because the brown rod is worth 8 units, the cream coloured cubes, Cuisenaire cubes, are worth 1/8. So you can see 8/8 is equivalent to the same as 1. And then I tried it with a different number. Here I've got 2 different Cuisenaire rods. I've got a 10 and an 8, so one here is actually 18 units long. So when this is 1, I've now got the indigo colour is a half. So when this is 1, this is a half, and the green is 1/3. And when this is 1, well, I wonder if you can see what fraction each of these lime Cuisenaire rods is. Well, I'm sure you're shouting it at the screen. It's worth 1/6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6/6 is equivalent to 1. And you could carry that on a little bit further. So what you could do is you could draw some other examples. I haven't done that yet. I did colour that one in yesterday, but you could draw some more examples in your book and label the fractions. And so think, when this is 1, this is a half or a 1/4 or whatever. Now, I'm sure some of you are feeling really super confident about this. So what you could be doing is you could be starting to look for some equivalent fractions. So, for example, a very, very simple one is here. If you can see, a half is equivalent to 2/4. I've just got 2. Here, the lime green is the 2/4. Just check. Yes, they're the same. You can see that there. So, and on my fraction wall here, you can see a half is equivalent to the 2/4. And you could record that nice and clearly in your books. A half is equivalent to 2/4. You could see how many equivalent fractions you could find with different sized fraction walls. Some of you might be feeling super, super confident. You could go for something a little bit more complicated. Perhaps you could do for me, maybe look at something like 2/3. Right, so you could say something like 2/3 is equivalent to how many 6ths? Right. I'm not going to write the answer in there. You can work some of these out for yourself. Okay, so I'll just leave that with you. See if you can fill a whole page with equivalent fractions. They're going to be so useful later on in the topic. I love equivalent fractions. Get you out of a lot of difficulties with certain fraction problems. So see how many you can find, and then you can let me know when I see you on Zoom.
Brilliant. And remember to check the descriptions in these videos, because what we'll do is we'll put some really useful web links in there, especially for challenges. So you're drawing a different fraction wall with a different number as a whole, and then for your challenge, you're finding some equivalent fractions. Off you go, Year 6. Well done.